You're not imagining it. That quarter pounder feels more like a fifth of a pounder, and your $5 footlong is now a $14 memory. In 2026, we've entered the era of the great squeeze. Fast food giants are caught in a pincer move between record-high labor costs and a supply chain that's falling apart. Their solution? Shrinkflation. Today, we're going to show you the plate engineering tricks and stealth downsizing tactics they use to give you less food for more money, and why your favorite meal might never be full-sized again. We are diving deep into AI-driven portion control and the psychological warfare of vertical stacking, where extra lettuce masks a thinning patty. It's a high-stakes game of smoke and mirrors designed to empty your wallet while leaving your stomach growling for more. 1. The shrinkflation math of 2026. In 2026, fast food companies have reached a price ceiling. They know that if they raise the price of a burger any further, you'll stop buying it. To keep profits high, they turn to volume reduction. The J&D, just noticeable difference food scientists use the just noticeable difference threshold to shrink portions. By reducing a burger patty by 10% or a soda by 2 ounces, they stay just below the level where the human eye can easily detect the change. You pay the same $12, but you receive 15% less raw material. Stealth reformulation. This isn't just about size. It's about skimpflation. In 2026, chains are swapping expensive ingredients for cheaper fillers. That beef taco might now be a 70/30th blend of beef and textured vegetable protein, TVP, and your creamy shake is likely held together by cheaper synthetic stabilizers rather than actual dairy. 2. The $20 minimum wage and the labor levy. One of the primary drivers of the 2026 price surge is the national labor shift. With minimum wages hitting $20 or more in major markets, the cheap labor that built the fast food industry has vanished. The wage portion inverse. For every dollar the minimum wage rises, chains typically respond with a 3 to 5% price hike and a corresponding reduction in portion size to offset the increased cost of service. The automation tax. To combat labor costs, stores are spending billions on robotic kitchens. In 2026, you are no longer just paying for the food. You are paying off the massive capital investment required to install the flipping bots and automated fry lines that replace the human staff. 3. Supply chain, terroir, and commodity volatility. By 2026, the global supply chain has become increasingly unstable due to climate-driven crop failures and geopolitical tensions. This has led to commodity chaos. Beef and cocoa surges. In 2026, the price of beef and chocolate has reached all-time highs. This is why value menus have almost entirely replaced beef with chicken or pork, and why your favorite chocolate dessert has shrunk by 20% in the last year alone. The shipping surcharge. With carbon border taxes now in full effect, the cost of moving ingredients across the globe has tripled. Fast food is no longer about the global burger. It's about whatever can be sourced within 500 miles. And if the local harvest fails, the portions shrink to match the scarcity. 4. The healthy rebrand. Smaller is better. In a stroke of marketing genius, fast food brands in 2026 are using the wellness pivot to justify smaller portions. The GLP-1 effect. With the massive rise of weight loss medications like Ozempic/Wegovy in 2026, consumers are naturally eating less. Chains are capitalizing on this by introducing snack-sized or nutrient-dense portions that are 30% smaller but priced at a premium because they are marketed as a healthy lifestyle choice. Calorie capping. By shrinking portions, brands can keep their total calorie counts per meal under the 600-calorie threshold, allowing them to dodge high-calorie warning labels that are becoming mandatory in many regions. By reframing systemic downsizing as caloric curation, these corporations have successfully decoupled value from volume. 5. Plate engineering, visual deception. If the food is smaller, how do they keep you from complaining? They use architectural presentation. The tall and narrow trick. In 2026, soda cups and fry containers have become taller and narrower. This creates the visual illusion of volume while actually holding 15% less product than a wider, shorter container. The vertical burger. To hide a thinner patty, chefs stack the toppings, lettuce, tomato, onion, vertically. A burger that is 4 inches tall looks huge, even if the actual meat content has been cut in half. You're paying for a stack of cheap vegetables and air. Image showing the tall and narrow cup design versus traditional wide-mouth cups. 6. Dynamic pricing, the Uberization of lunch. By 2026, the price on the menu is no longer static. It is controlled by AI demand sensing. Surge pricing. If you walk into a McDonald's at 12:15 p.m. on a Tuesday, the digital menu boards may show a price 20% higher than at 2 p.m. This surge pricing allows chains to maximize profit during peak hours when you are too hungry to care about the cost. App-based manipulation. If the app's sensors detect you haven't visited in a week, it might offer you a full-sized meal at a discount. But for loyal, everyday customers, the app subtly raises the price of your usual by a few cents every month, testing the exact point where you will finally stop buying. The verdict: how to protect your wallet. In 2026, value is a myth you have to hunt for. Check the unit weight. Many apps now hide the total weight of the meal. Demand to see the grams or ounces before you buy. Avoid the combo trap. The soda and fries are where the most shrinkage happens. Buying a single, larger sandwich is often a better value-to-calorie ratio than a shrunken meal deal. The kids' meal hack. In 2026, a kids' meal is often identical in size to the adult value meal of 2020, but at half the price. Beyond these tactics, 2026 consumers must master ingredient deconstruction. As chains pivot toward skimpflation, they often replace premium proteins with filler-forward recipes. For instance, that signature Double Deluxe may now utilize a 20% soy protein blend to maintain its visual profile while slashing production costs. To beat the system, prioritize items that are harder to shrink, such as whole muscle chicken breasts over ground nuggets or patties, which are easily aerated or padded with starches. By 2026, many rewards programs have surreptitiously increased the points required for a free item by 40%, effectively devaluing your free food. To counter this, use aggregator apps that compare real-time prices across different delivery platforms and in-store kiosks. As surge pricing, algorithms often vary by interface. The modern fast food landscape is no longer about a quick, cheap bite. It is a high-stakes negotiation where the house relies on your hunger to overlook the disappearing ounces. Your best defense is a refusal to accept standard sizing at face value. Always verify.